Tailbone, sacrum, navel, solar plexus, heart center, throat center, 6th chakra, 7th chakra, right? The question is the energy moving along this chakra line freely? Right? Or does it get caught? And the answer is, it gets caught in some places, right? Not all places. So with her hips slightly elevated, she has gravity that's taking the energy in this direction, right? Most of us hold ourselves up. So we're trying to drop the holding. A lot of the holding is in the back body, the superficial back line. So relax those muscles. Drop that. Feel my hand? Okay, just drop. Better. There it is. Good. You can let it fall. Let it soft. Just let it happen.
Maybe more down in tailbone?
Yeah, a little bit. But try not to help. You don't have to help gravity. Mother is very good at doing what she does, right? She's just present. We don't have to. All right, very good. Drop that. Now, feel your feet. With your feet, feel the flow of energy from the core of your being up into your heart. And then it has to travel across this little gateway here, a little bridge, right? Through your throat, and from your throat into just behind the soft palate, where it spreads down, up, and up, right? And from the middle it goes into the back, it goes out to the sides, goes out to the top.
So from the middle there, it's...
Yeah. It goes out to the ears, goes out to the crown chakra. It tends to build up in here. It tends to rattle around in here. So we're trying to get it to just flow very smoothly through the core, right? Does that feel okay? Right. So again, there's certain places where the energy is going to get caught. It's going to get caught at the roof of the mouth, right? Where the throat joins the skull. So that basosphenoid junction right at that place. It's a place where the energy doesn't move. It gets caught at the top of the chest, where the thoracic spine ends and the cervical spine begins, right? Those vertebrae are often confused. You have ribs and you have no ribs. So you have vertebrae that move too much and vertebrae that don't move enough. That's a classic place. The neck vertebrae are hyperactive and the thoracic vertebrae are stuck. So a place where energy gets caught. Bottom of the rib cage, top of the lumbar, T12, diaphragm, into the psoas muscle. Another place where ribs end, all of a sudden you have a spine that moves too much and ribs that don't move enough. You have T12 that isn't quite sure, am I a lumbar vertebra or am I a thoracic vertebra? You know the facet joints in T12 are half lumbar and half thoracic facet joints? It's a very confused vertebra. It's not quite sure if it's part of the lumbar or part of the thoracic. So again, it's another place where energy gets caught. Coming down to the sacrum, where the sacrum joins the pelvis. Where's the pelvis, where's the sacrum? We can't tell. It's usually all confused. Things get stuck together. And the coccyx just disappears. Because we go from pelvis to feet. We don't end up with tailbone. All right, you ready? What you're going to do is you're going to bend the knees now into your chest. Very good. Now as all this softens, right, the back is getting longer. Keep this front line long. So that deep stretch you just did before, keep that nice and long, right? Slowly start to take your legs over your head. That's it. And reach them out towards the wall behind you. Can you take them backwards? And take your feet wider apart if need be. That's it. And then reach your feet out. There it is. So as soon as she reaches her feet out, she contracts her quadriceps, right? So that's called not reaching for your feet. That's contracting legs, right? So we want to be able to differentiate that. Reaching out is different than contracting. So reach from your toes. That's better. And reach from those toes. There it is. And reach from all your feet. There it is. So still more the quadriceps, right? Can you feel that?
Yeah, I'm also sliding.
That's fine. No, so what a lot of us do is we don't extend the leg. We contract the quadricep. Very different. You have to differentiate. You have to be able to tell in your own inner perception what's a contraction of the quadricep, what's a reaching of the leg. Because otherwise, when you contract the quadricep, you're blocking the flow of energy. The leg looks straight, but there's no flow. Now, take your legs all the way in this direction as far as you can. You can take them wide apart. And let those legs go so far that they start to lift the pelvis off the floor.
I feel like I have to give a little oomph to get that direction.
I know.
Should I, or just let it?
The littlest possible. Use the roll. There you go. That's it. Now keep reaching. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Stay very soft through here. Now feel free to take your hands and give yourself a little bit of support with your hands. That's it. Now take your feet a little wider apart. You just reach out from the legs. Reach up from the legs and start to reach up. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Now can you reach up from the legs without using your back muscles? Can you reach out from the legs because the core of the energy is reaching up? And if that's difficult, take this leg all the way to the floor and take the other leg the other way. With this leg, do a drop back the other way. Keep going, keep going. Take this leg, bend the knee, take it to the floor. Reach out, reach out, reach out, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, pause. Reach this leg, the other leg, both legs. No quads, no quads, no quads. How's your throat feel, you all right?
Yes, and my hair's a little stuck.
Yeah, it's always something. What you really want to monitor is the flow of energy between your heart and your brain. That's where shoulder stand gets confused. If your neck gets tight, for some reason, elevating your shoulders is always good up to a point. Right? You don't want to get addicted to keep elevating your shoulders because then you never really address the imbalances inside your throat. But in the beginning, if the muscles are tight, then elevating your shoulders is fun. That's the standard Iyengar. Iyengar never used shoulder blankets until he started teaching all these Westerners who couldn't do it. He never used a blanket for shoulder stand in his life until he had all these students who were so tight. The theory is that you elevate the shoulders until you start to open up, and then gradually less and less height until you don't need height anymore because you're open the core.
Yeah, they won't even do it without the blankets.
I know. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with using the blankets in the beginning, but if you understand the progression of opening, as you open, you need less and less. It's like like crutches. At some point in time, you don't need the crutches anymore. Does that feel okay?
You mean the blanket on your shoulders?
Blanket under the shoulders, right? So classic shoulders. I mean, there's a reason that the blanket is helpful. It has to do with how we hold our heads. It has to do with some of the patterns in our head. But at some point in time, they actually inhibit the ability to feel an even flow of energy through your core. So you have to kind of know where that is. And that, you may never get rid of the blankets. But if you start to get deeper and deeper into the feeling of the throat, you'll start to notice. Does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So from here, I'm going to throw myself up in a pose I don't like to do, but there are times when it feels good. And what works for me is to be halfway. So this foot is reaching out. This opens my front. This foot is reaching out and opens my back, which means I can stay in the middle. I still have a lot of trouble at C2, so my head is going to turn red after a while. But from here, again, this is just a feeling of just elongating. Now that's quadricep. Right? This is elongating with the quad, so the quad doesn't get in the way. This is elongating. This is elongating. Around the corner. So you're inside your body and you're reaching. You're elongating through your ears. You're elongating through your skull. So the body is going like this. It's not contracting on itself and holding and then praying that the pose is going to do something helpful. The role of the pose is to help you let go, let go, let go, let go, let go.